Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring the Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland Core Rulez. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review, featuring this awesome post-apocalypse science fantasy RPG, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time I am going to talk about the Bestiary section, or the They Mostly Come at Night, mostly section. I am also going to talk about the additional material such as optional rules and subsystems, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on this tabletop RPG. When it comes to the Bestiary, it is fully detailed with the alignment, the movement, the saves, the armor class, the special abilities, everything about the monsters, even the to the max table, which is the critical hit table, and the fumble table as well. You also have a table to determine wandering monsters. Perhaps no monsters show up, or maybe a random monster with the elite special trait shows up. There is even information on how to turn any monster into a boss, for a boss fight of course, granting additional attacks, additional hit dice, and so forth. Let's talk a bit about some of these creatures while avoiding spoilers, because there could be players watching this review. We have Ripclaw, which is obviously not Slash from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the terror of the stars. Ripclaw wages a one-turtle war against Neotherax. We also have mutant apes, indigenous to the Toxic Wastelands, in the deep carnage jungles of Miami. We also have Bigfoot, the interdimensional traveler from Dimension X. Then we have Black Omega, flesh suits for the Chaos Gods who do the works of a chaos cult to enslave the universe. Then we have the Carnifex, a Xeno race of warlock fighters that come to Neotherax to hunt humanoids. This is obviously not the Predator, even though they collect skulls as trophies. And there are plenty more, such as the Combat Amphibian, the Corpse Eater, the Cyber Spectre, the Dweeb. And there are so many references to 80s and 90s characters from video games, comic books, cartoons, etc. You also have a Cyber Augmentation stable, with the effects but also some drawbacks. Perhaps you choose to employ an Uber Mecha Fist. This bad boy is massive. You deal a lot of damage, and there is even spillover damage. However, perhaps when it is attached to your body, it is infected, so open wounds covered in pus and blood that smell awful appear. Now, when it comes to the appendices near the end of the book, there is so much good stuff here. You have a subsystem for arm wrestling matches, which could result in you ripping off the arm of your arm wrestling adversary. You also have details on how to employ cover, how to handle drunken brawls, how to carry out Mortal Kombat style fatalities, granting you some bonuses and advantages. You also have details on mecha armor and their augmentations. These suits are quite expensive, so it could be a good idea to get some sponsorships going. There's also a list of inspirational media such as music, movies, cartoons, video games, and even tabletop games. You also have an alternative system to determine initiative using power caps. You place caps inside of a hat or a cap, and then you randomly determine the initiative based on your draw of these caps. There is even a goblin class if you wanted to roleplay as a goblin, which are especially good at being lucky and finding treasure, you know, my precious. And because goblins are pretty used to making their own weapons, they have no penalties when wielding most weapons encountered in their adventures. At the end of the book, you have two scenarios. One is called Space Truckers Must Die. Again, while avoiding spoilers, there is this catastrophe, and you decide to explore the wreckage. Who knows if there's some valuable stuff. And there is also Operation Cherry Bomb. This is a somewhat enforced mission where you need to search and retrieve something of value. Now, while there is plenty of opportunity for social interaction and exploration in these missions, they feel a lot like your typical first-person shooter level and/or mission. So there are plenty of opportunities to describe how your character is running and gunning and slashing and cutting everything around him or her. And there is even more stuff at the very end of the book, such as handouts, maps, paper miniatures, There is also a special monster known as the Puppeteer and many other things. So what do I think about Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland Core Rulez? This is an excellent, old-school, science fantasy post-apocalypse tabletop RPG. The character classes, the setting, the many references to many things in popular culture, the simple to understand rules with enough thematic complexity to satisfy everyone. This one gets away with my highest recommendation. Get Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland now! Thank you for watching this review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, master roleplay and you will master the game. Once again, thank you and see you later.